All right, welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, where we find people who have social proof, meaning you can look at what they built and they can teach you how to build it because they built something. I was talking to somebody the other day, Trap, where they're trying to teach people how to do something that they've never done, which bothers me. So that's why we did the Social Proof Podcast, because we got somebody that's really knee deep into the stock game and got me on the flip, okay? I started out with 5,000 in my account. Well, I started out with 100. And then I did like another couple hundred, then I did 1,000. And I invested 5,000 in my Robinhood joint. And that joint's at 7,200 from the 5.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? You got me in Amazon. I got 3 shares of Amazon. Okay. So, we waiting for that to matriculate because he said it's going to 3,500 and I believe it. So, but we got Mr. Wallstreet Trapper in the building. What's the word,
What's
my brother?
good, my guy? What's good, my guy?
Everything's good.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Talk to me.
How you feel knowing that you've now took the step to start investing?
Bruh,
How you feel about that?
I feel addicted. Yo, you did this, bruh. You did this. Yo, your name is appropriate. Wallstreet Trapper. Like, you gave me a little bit of dope. You let me taste a little bit. He was like, yo, set it up. Buy this stock. That joint shot up. I said, oh, you got some more of them stocks, bro. I was like, yo, what are we doing out here? So, yo, man, please, for those that have been living under a rock and don't know who you are, go on and let the people know. Just introduce yourself.
Yeah, man. So I'm the Wallstreet Trapper, man. My goal is to just educate the culture on how to build wealth through investing in the stock market. It's not the only tool, but it's a great introduction because there's a low barrier entry, right? So I use my past, which was just growing up in New Orleans, going to prison, and we'll get into all of that. I use that as a way to normalize this conversation amongst ourselves, and really I started with doing it to the streets. Like people in the streets, dudes I was real cool with, I started there. And it just made sense to me, like damn, like these people really playing this game. And whether we believe it or not, we are a part of the game.
Right. Well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
So this whole world is a game, right? And there's different levels to the game. And what I mean by this, so every one of us is positioned on this board, right? It's just like a chess game, right? Some have more power than others, right? But the dope part about the chess game is if you can get the pawn to the other side, you can make it whatever you want.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Right? You can make it whatever you want.
Yep.
So what we need to do is transition from being mere pawns. So I remember when I was in prison, man, I was talking to this guy, and this is the dude who introduced me to investing, right? He was in jail for embezzlement, right? So he had...
Explain embezzlement. I hear it all the time. I just don't... It sounds like stealing, but...
It is.
Right?
Illegal stealing.
Legal stealing.
That's all it is.
Illegal stealing.
Legal, illegal. See, what happens is embezzlement is a way that you steal on a corporate level, and you get a slap on the hand.
Right.
In the streets, when you steal or you rob, you get it's harsh.
Yeah.
It took 10 years from me. You know what I'm saying? So there's punishment. The punishment is different when you learn the game. You feel me? Because when you learn the game, it's not so much punishment, it's how you learn to do what I know how to do.
Yeah.
Right? And because you learned that, I can't punish you because I do it.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you, chill out, because one of the things he told me was, he said, yo, y'all playing the wrong game. And I was like, bro, it's not a game. Like, you think it's a game? I'm doing 10 years for a attempt murder on robbery. My man doing 35. Shout out to my guy, man. He come home in 60 days on a 20-year bid. On a 20-year bid. I got another homie that come home in 3 years on a 25-year bid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think this a game? Like, we talking real numbers right here. We talking about football scores, fam. He was like, that's the problem. You don't even know it's a game. So if you don't know it's a game, how can you play it? And that caught, I'm 17. I'm 17. And I'm like, wait a minute.
He talking spicy.
Yeah, like that caught me off guard because at this age, everything I know how to do comes with aggression. It comes with force. Everything, my whole state of being, everything, everywhere I know how to move comes with that. So now, instead of me reacting out of ignorance to that situation, it made so much sense to me, it made me stop and listen. Like, damn, because I felt played. Like, damn, I don't know. Like, all I know is the streets. So one of the things he told me was, he was like, man, wealthy people just play a different game. And so my mindset, I'm like, okay, well, if you playing, you in here with me.
Right.
So you not good at the game.
Right. You took a L too.
So he was like, not really. How much money have you ever seen in your life? At this time, I'm like 17, so I probably had about maybe about $40,000 at this age. Probably the most I ever seen at that point. I was 16 when I came to prison, so probably about $40,000 at that age. So he was like, yo, I literally I'm in here for $2.8 million. I paid $800 in restitution. I kept $2 million. Who's playing the game? Who playing the right end of the stick? Who playing the game right? And I'm like,
he still got the 2?
He probably got more. So this
How long did he have?
18 months.
Sit down for 18 months, take 2 M's?
And so look what he tell me. He said, while you're doing that 10-year bid, I'll come home. I'll get better. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. And this time, the most they can give me is 5. So if I hit for $5 million, I paid restitution on it. My family still got, $3-4 million plus the $2 million, and all I did altogether was, what, 5, 7, 6.5 years? I'll do that for $7 million to make sure my family's still good. I'll do it. When you do it, he's like, you doing it for less than that?
Way less.
That blew me. So this before Instagram, Snapchat, and all that, right? I'm like, man, you lying. Because people in jail have a tendency, they got this thing in jail, it's like the you can be anything you want to be, right? Because I don't really know you like that, so you can tell me anything. Dude, so in jail, your prized possessions be like your letters and your pictures. That's your sense of normalcy, right? So he took out his pictures from me. This when Kodak pictures was still the truth, family. I would never forget. This dude was showing me pictures of him like on yachts, in mansions, like big log cabins. But the one picture that stood out to me, and if people have heard me before, I always say this. It was a picture of him in a lake with mountains behind him, and he had steam coming from the lake. And he had a bottle of wet, and he was with his family. And I learned that it's called the Blue Lagoon or something in Ireland or Iceland somewhere. And I want to go there because that's I was like, yo, that's crazy. I'm from New Orleans, family. I'm from the hood. I've never seen mountains in my life at this point in my life, only on TV. So here this dude is, this white dude, in a pool with a bottle of Moet, a bottle of champagne with his wife, his dog, with mountains behind him, the pool steaming, and in my mind, I'm like, I've never seen nothing like that before in my life. I'm playing the wrong game.
Yeah.
I'm playing the wrong game.
Yeah.
You told it to me, and then you showed it to me. And then another thing in prison, what happens is, you tell people, let me see your paperwork. So your paperwork, you can tell me a lot of stuff, but your paperwork gonna tell me what you in here for.
Right, for sure.
You feel me? So he showed me the paperwork. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So from that moment on, we was in a cell together for 60 days. He had a federal charge. So I was on attempt murder on robbery. He was on a federal charge, so my band was red. His band was red and white. So he got shipped to federal prison, man, and it was just on my mind. Like, damn, I'm playing the wrong game. Like but the crazy part was everybody I know is playing this game.
Yeah.
So we all playing the wrong game. So that's that.
Crazy thing is everybody he know probably playing that game.
And everybody he know is playing that game. So now you're looking at two people on two different sides of the board. So now you look at the chessboard, you got white and you got black, and now it all makes sense to me. Not far as racial wise, but just how we all play different games. Even if you're not in the streets hustling, right? If you're working 2 and 3 jobs to survive, you're playing the wrong game.
Wrong game. And you think getting that second job is gonna change?
And it's not. It's not. All you now doing is selling more of your time.
Yeah.
I've never met a person who had 2 jobs that was doing better.
Bro, that's what I was just telling somebody, like that. A second job will never solve your problem.
It's never gonna solve it. Yeah. So when I learned it, I was like, damn. So he went to telling me certain things. You know, we had a million conversations because now I'm into you now.
Yeah.
Like I'm not letting you go to sleep. I'm like, yo, look, let's run it, fam. Yeah. Let's run it up.
Yeah.
Like we up 2 o'clock in the morning. But I'm excited because I think that's one of the ways I can talk so good because prison helped me become a storyteller. Because I done told my story so many times in prison, because that's how we communicate. That's how I relate to you. Tell me your story.
Yeah.
Right? That's how we bond. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody asleep. What's up, dude? We running it. You telling me, man, trap, man. You know what I'm saying? So I would listen to him, and he would talk to me so much, man. And he told me something. He says, 3 things wealthy people do, man. The first thing they stop doing is trading time for money, which is the one thing we know how to do.
Yeah.
The second thing is they start letting their money work for them. The third thing is they add value to people. Because the more people you add value to, the more people are willing to connect to you, and the more people are willing to pay you. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. But he told me something that the crazy part is, if you a hustler in the street, you already know these rules. Nobody just never pointed it out to you.
Yeah. And
your product, your salesman.
The rules are the same.
It's the same.
Different games.
Different product. The rules the same.
Goodness
you got
gracious.
a product, you market it, you brand it, you know how to sell.
Yeah. Add value.
You add value.
Right.
Make your product stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so the 3 objectives he told me that people use, and this people always ask me like, how you got into stocks though? Because in order to be a great leader, at some point you gotta be a dope ass follower.
For sure.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
It's every great leader was once a perfect follower.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he told me stocks, real estate, run a business. Those are the 3 ways. So ideally for me, I went with the first thing he told me.
Yeah.
Stocks. I studied it. I got into it while I was in prison. One of my close friends in prison, his name Walter Ward, man. It's my guy, man. He literally was doing 25 years. They did something, you know, it was in a mix of something, and the dude pulls out the gun, and he pulls out the gun, the dude grabbed the gun, the dude shoots him, and he wound up, you know, killing the dude, so he got 25 years. But he had to learn how to walk again. He introduced me to Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Robert Kiyosaki.
He introduced it. And that was the first thing that changed my mindset. So I always tell people, Rich Dad Poor Dad is not a great investment series. It's a great mindset series.
For sure.
And once you get past the second book, Robert is a great marketer. He's a great marketer. Because once you get past the second book, they all are pretty much the same.
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause I only like this first one. Like Rich Dad Poor Dad was the classic. But that's kind of like how it is. Like in music, typically people's first album, they spend their whole life putting into that one album. And then the record label saying, yo, I need you to drop another one in 12 months. You're like, yo, it took me 17 years to make this joint.
That's the lifetime.
Right.
That's the pain, the struggle. Everything is in that first album.
Yeah.
So after I read like the second one, I was like, okay, this is redundant.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing over and over and over.
Right.
So I remember in prison, I was a bookie. Right, so what I used to do was, so I'm gonna tell people this hard, like, so my whole 10-year bid, my family wasn't there for me. And it wasn't purposely, right? So a lot of people hold that against their people. But I came to a realization that my family ain't put me in there. Right, so mind you, I saw my mom
That's
get shot when I was
maturity,
9.
bro. That's maturity.
Yeah, my family ain't put me here.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong.
That's maturity.
Don't get me wrong. It hurt me a lot. Because imagine me and you real cool, and every time visit come, you gone. Your people come and see you. Free, man. Let me see the shoes, because I used to buy shoes from people. Man, let me see the shoes, son. I mean, you can get them jokes, man. Then I worked in the laundry. So all my clothes were pressed. Man, free, let me see the jeans. All right, yeah, man, it's all up. But
they would rock your clothes to go see their family.
yeah, some of my partners would rock but it was cool.
Right.
But that would hurt me because like my people ain't coming to see me. I literally got two visits on a whole 10-year Joe's. 2 visits.
Wow.
Real talk. But you know, my mom's went to jail. She went to prison. So
walk me back, because we're gonna go for it. I promise y'all gonna learn this stock game. But I need this story, my brother. So walk me from the beginning. Childhood.
So my mom was a hustler, right? My mom was in the street. Whatever happened, something happened in her life that we still don't talk about, where she got into women, right? So literally, I'm 38 this year. I've never seen my mother with a man, ever, in my life.
Did she ever have a conversation about your dad?
We never. Now I'm gonna tell you something that's gangster, right? And I never.
You've never talked about your dad.
Never. So I'm gonna tell you something. This is something I've never shared with people before, bro. So about 3 years ago, my mom's called me, and she says, your dad is dying. I was like, my daddy? Now I got a daughter at this age. I'm like, my daddy? Man, I told my mom this, man, get off my phone. She was like, free. your daddy want to see you, and he dying. And I really told my mama this. You might bleep this out. I said, Mom.
Edit it, just in case the kids watching something.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to say it, but I'm saying you might. So I said, I'm going to be real with you, man. I don't need to see him. I said, because what I don't want him to do is clear up his spirit for not being there for me, and I have to live with so many unanswered questions. So what I'll do is I'll let him die that way, and I can live my life the way I need to live it, because I've learned how to be a great father by not having one. And she was like, you can't go through life like that. I said, no, I can. I can, because I can't let you on your deathbed clear your slate. And I have to live the rest of my life with a million unanswered questions. So I'd rather just operate in this form.
Wow.
And I let him die like that.
Wow.
Real talk.
And no part of you wants to
Nah.
like see, know, maybe understand.
Well, I wanted to, but what good would it, and I may be wrong, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but what would it do me now?
Yeah.
You gone.
Yeah.
Had you did that 5-6 years before you died on your deathbed, we could have probably worked that out.
Yeah.
Because now you had time to answer these questions I had.
Yeah.
But what good is it now on your deathbed?
So from your perspective, you're like, yo, he being selfish.
He's being very selfish. You ain't thinking about me. Think about yourself.
I can't argue with the perspective.
You feel what I'm
Can't argue with
saying?
that.
So I was cool with that. But so my mom had a transition in her life. And at 9 years old, I see her get shot. Like literally like from about 50 yards away.
So you're 9 years old.
I'm 9. I'm sitting on a porch. We lived in New Orleans. So my grandmother lived in the 8th ward of New Orleans. And where we lived at, it was a a park and a graveyard. Right? So the park was
Weird place to put a park, you know what I'm saying? Or a weird place to put a graveyard. I don't know which one came second, but.
So you got the park right here. Our house was on the corner, and then you had a graveyard. Right? So the 8th ward was like a real, like that's a rough area. You know, that was tough.
Oh, that is a psychological thing right
Yeah.
there, bro. Like for kids.
Yeah, we used to play hide-go-seek in the graveyard. Real talk. We used to play hide-go-seek in the graveyard, man. So my mom was coming. I remember, because I'm sitting out on the porch. You know, I used to always just be chilling on the porch at nighttime. My mom would come swing through on me because she lived not far from me where we lived at. So we lived on a corner. She lived like 8 blocks down where she had a trap house jumping for real.
Really?
I used to go back and forth. Like, so that was my sense of normalcy. So my grandmother would give me a normal life, right? She would try to compensate for the things my mother did. But my mother had this thing like, look, this is who I am. This is the way of the world.
Yeah.
Like, we talking the early 90s here. Crack epidemic. In New Orleans, Cisco was like liquid crack. This was a drink. It's called Cisco. People on embalming fluid. That's called clickums, right? Smoking embalming fluid.
Yeah.
That's what I used to call that clickums. So my mama was in that crack New Jack City epidemic that was going on, right? And so the mind you, she's still dealing with her issues. So she's a gay woman in 1993, 94, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the norm now, but we talking then where it wasn't the norm.
Yeah.
So she always had something to prove. Always. Like, I watched my mom walk around with a big old pistol on her, bro. Like, all the time. So I'm sitting on the porch, I'm chilling, man, and I see my mama coming across the park, and I see the dude walk behind. I see her turn around, and then I see the shots come out. Sometimes I see fire come out the gun like this big, right? Hit her 4 times. It's crazy because I want you to think about the mindset of a 9-year-old at this time. Instead of me running scared, I know the protocol. Duck down, get low. Wait till the bullet stop. Then we see which way we going. That's protocol. You bring that same mindset to another, like, suburban America or something, they will go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, people in the hood, in the ghetto, bro, like, people don't understand that psychological thing that's going on in people's brain, bro. It ain't normal.
Yeah.
It ain't normal, bro. So my grandfather comes, he jumps on me. I'm like, man, that's my mama. You tripping? Somebody just shot my mama. And so my grandmother comes, you know, we go over there, we get the ambulance. So I literally saw my mom get shot. She still has the bullets in her. Then she got shot again. So altogether, she got shot 2 times, 6 times.
Hold on. So she survived this.
She survived. And then she caught a attempt murder charge. And then she got shot again.
What was
talking
the
2
time
years.
period? So between 9 and 11, you see your mom get shot. Then you see her go away.
Well, she don't go away. She beat the charge. My grandmother helped her beat the charge. Then she gets shot again. And she wound up going to prison because the police kicked her door in and found 9 ounces of coke. She don't tell them who it is, so she take the bid. At this point, I lose my mom and my grandmother because my grandmother dies from cancer. I watch that situation. My mom is in prison, and then I go homeless. All before the age of 16. So from 14 to 16, I'm living on the street. I'm living with my mama girlfriend. My mom's writing a letter.
So she goes back. She goes to
She
prison.
goes to prison. Now she's doing a stretch.
She goes to prison for how long?
5.
She goes to for 5.
Yes.
So 9, 11, she goes. So she's in prison from about 11 to 16 of your life.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. 17 pushing 18 up in that area, somewhere up in that area.
So where'd you live? You didn't stay with your grandfather?
So this what happened. Nah, so I'm living with my mama girlfriend at the time. But look what my mama do. So again, she's dealing with issues. She writes her girlfriend a letter and her side girl a letter and get the letters mixed up. I get put out that day. You got to get up out of here. So that's what your mama want to do? You got to get up out of here.
How old were you?
13, 14-ish.
Where was your grandfather at this time?
I wasn't rocking with him. I thought he was a buster. We had issues. Me and him never got along. We used to fight. We had issues, real issues. Yeah, real issues. We had real issues, me and him. I just didn't respect him. I ain't respect him.
Hindsight, was you bugging?
No, because I know the man's supposed to represent. I know the man's supposed to represent. He wasn't representing that. Because I saw the women in my life represent that.
Yeah.
I saw my mama be a hustler, and I saw my grandmother be a full-time entrepreneur. She bought a whole strip in New Orleans. Where she was the only one that could sell fruit there. She took us from the hood to another part of New Orleans, which was like the Jeffersons moving on up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she went here, and she did that, and he leached on her. He didn't lay down and not do nothing, but he didn't help. She dictated everything. While me, at a young age, I got to get up at 2. So my grandmother had a produce business.
Right.
So I would have to get up in the morning at 2 o'clock with her. She bought 3 trucks.
Your mom or your grandma?
My grandmother.
Grandma.
We would drive from New Orleans to Mississippi, load the trucks up, drive back home. I would take a bath and go to school.
Goodness gracious. So you get kicked out.
I get kicked out.
What do?
I hustle. So my mom had an apartment, not too far from the lady house. She used to trap out. So she was going back and forth because they had issues. So I stayed in the apartment for a little while till the people kicked me out of the apartment. So I figured out the lady was a hustler too. So I went hit her stash, right? And I hit for like $5,000. And so I was like, all right, cool. Like, this I'm gonna survive on. I know how to hustle. So I started running shop on my mama old hours. I ran shop for a little while, and then it got too hot on me. Things started happening that I don't want to talk about. So I wound up going to Delaware. I go to Delaware, by my people out there. I stayed out there for like 90 days.
How old are you?
At this time now I'm 14-ish, 14, 15-ish, somewhere up in there. So I go to Delaware, I stay out there for maybe 45 days. I start hustling out there. A dude stole my bike out there. So I dealt with the situation. I was bugging.
Was you going to school? He said, okay, I was bugging.
That one I was bugging.
Right. Yo, but was you going to school?
Yes. Only the hustle though. And I was in a band. I was in a band in New Orleans. And the band is dope in New Orleans. Like the band is almost like being in another city, being on a football team.
Right.
Right? So I'm in a band in New Orleans. We're going to the school. We're going to Kennedy, man. It's a dope school. but I had too many issues going on to focus. I was in survival mode.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like everything was cool for me, but I was in survival mode. 100% survival mode. So I go to Delaware with my uncle. He tries to take me in, right? But it's kind of hard to take something wild and domesticate it.
Yeah.
It's hard because I'm dealing with too much trauma. Like, I'm dealing with trauma. Like, I used to have to, early on in my life, my grams had to put me in this, I had to go to a psychiatrist because I had to get migraines. And the psychiatrist told me that my mind was blocking the trauma and trying to function at the same time. And I was too young for it to determine which one to do, and it caused me to have migraines. So they literally had to take me out of my environment. So for like 2 years, I had to go live with these people. And I just connected with a girl on Facebook. The daughter was like, your name is such and such. She was like, yeah, I'm like, you might don't remember me, but y'all really helped me save my life.
Wow.
So on weekends, the psychiatrist said he even has to get out of your house. Like, he needs to go to another environment. So I went, stay with these people on weekends. And their environment was like the Brady Bunch.
Word.
Like, the daddy worked at NASA, the mama was a social worker, all their kids was in private school doing gymnastics and footballs and ballet, and I'm here like, what?
What is this?
Where does all that come from?
Right.
Never seen this in my life. I don't even argue.
Right.
So, but it was refreshing for me. It was refreshing.
Yeah, 'cause you just never seen it.
I was comfortable. I got, like, it was a sense of normalcy. And my migraines went away. Environment is everything.
Yeah.
My migraines went away, man.
Dang, that's crazy. All right, so fast forward to like, how did you end up in prison for 10 years?
In prison for 10 years.
Yeah.
All right, so I come back home from Delaware because I wanted, right? Police come to my door. My uncle just kept a G with him. He was like, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. Because they ain't had no name or nothing, he's like, bro, you got to go home.
But they came during the time you out with the Brady Bunch.
No. I was in Delaware. So
Okay.
I had my uncle tried to save me. Can I tell you, trying to take something domesticated, wild, and put it in a domestic situation.
Yeah.
Right? So I go with my uncle, and immediately I get in the streets. Like, I'm finding out where it's popping at.
Yo, and it's like, once you know, like once you become something, no matter what environment
That's
you're
who
in,
you are.
there.
Yeah. So even when I would go by the Brady Bunch, it was just a time for me to relax.
Right. It was your days off.
That's my days off.
Right.
So with Unc, he was like, I won't help you. And I looked up to my uncle. But this showed me the power of women in a relationship too. Not gonna lie. So I get out there. I never forget this. The Kings of Comedy came out. That era. And my uncle and them, they go from Delaware, they go to Philly because that's where the Kings of Comedy was at. And so my uncle tells me, Leon, don't do nothing I wouldn't do, bro. I'm like, man, come on, Uncle, I ain't gonna do that. But at this time, I had done bought me a pistol out there. I had done bought me some work out there. So I was like ready. So I brought this female to the house, and while she at the house, we chilling. I'm in the back room cutting up crack, right? And my little cousin comes in, and she's like, you got a female in here? I don't know what that is, but that ain't right.
Right. I heard about that on TV
Like,
somewhere.
so I'm like, so I'm trying to bribe her, like, look, let me give you some money, don't do nothing. So she like, her mama come home, he tell her mama, I get my butt chewed out behind this. And so I go to the park because my uncle's neighbor had let me see his bike so I can get around. So while I was in Delaware, I was good at, there was this game called Game Day. It was on like the PlayStation when it first came out. So we used to go to Philly. I used to rock with some dudes. We used to go to Philly and play Game Day. Like, we used to be like, I was really good at it. That's because I used to sit in the trap house and play the game all day.
Right.
So I would make money doing that. And then when we come back, I left my bike somewhere and somebody stole my bike. So I was like, okay, I can't not tell this man I don't have his bike. Right? I'm just built like that.
Yeah.
So I found out the dude who took the bike and I just went crazy on him. And some people saw it. They didn't know my name, but they was like, oh, the dude from New Orleans. So my uncle was the only people from New Orleans. So the police come to the house looking for me. Like, I really bust the dude up bad. Like, I bust him up real bad. And so my uncle was like, bro, like, the police done came to my house. You gotta go. I'm like, I gotta go? You put me out, dog? I'm like, so I spaz out. Everybody put me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just do it on my own. Like, y'all don't ever tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I go through that phase, so I come home and I move with my aunt, who is on drugs. So I used to chill by her. It's in Mid-City. So Mid-City in New Orleans is right across the tracks from Holly Grove, which is what Lil Wayne always talks about. That's how people know it. But I grew up there. Like, I was going back and forth to there even before. So when I come back home, I'm back in Mid-City, and my aunt is on drugs at the time. So it was like a free fall. Like, you just do what you want to do.
What you want, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Was you serving your aunt?
She used to steal from me. So I didn't have to serve her. And she told me that was the price for living under a roof. So, all right.
Can't argue with it.
All right. So me and her daughter, which her name Muff is like my little sister because we grew up together. I grew up protecting her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was getting out the mud in the streets, man. And so the OGs in that era, they understood my position. And so they started giving me game. Like, look, you know, this what you gonna be, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody going to school and all that, it's cool. You not going to school, this what you gonna be. So we about to show you how to be this. And so I took that game and the game that my mama gave me and the game from my grandmother, and I started learning how to maneuver just in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Taking L's, doing all kind of stuff. So I got robbed one day. Dude robbed me out of $4.5 and $1,800. But it's a difference in the street from robbing somebody and jacking somebody. It's two different things, right? I can take you robbing me. I can't stomach you jacking me.
Explain the difference.
So if you rob me, you don't let me see who you are.
Right, right.
The streets gotta tell me. And if the streets don't tell me, then I gotta put two and two together, figure it out, but I can live with that.
Yeah.
But if you jack me, you coming with no face mask on.
Right.
You saying, this is who I am, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Or this is who I am, you won't come see me.
Right.
Right? So you are now presented with a situation.
Yeah.
You can either address this situation because he's going to say, yeah, I robbed such and such, such. I jacked such and such. He'll beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you lunch for everybody.
Now, see, you get it. Immediately you get it. You lunch. So now, either I address this situation or I stop hustling. Right? For me, hustling was all I knew. You dig? So I was like, all right.
Did he rob you or jack you?
He jacked me.
Oh, he jacked. He walked straight up on you.
Well, what happened was I was in a hotel. So I used to get a hotel on weekends. To just kind of like get away from everything and calm down.
Yeah.
So I was dealing with this female. I really got set up. So New Orleans is a dirty world, man.
Yeah.
So we go in the hotel. I got the hotel. We go in the hotel, and she was like, I'm hungry. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's Chinese food. Go get some Chinese food. So when I come to the door, when I open the door, dude put a Mac 11 to my face and grabbed me in the door and was like, man, lay down. You know what it is. Now, usually when I would bring her to the hotel, again, I'm young. I know the game, but I don't know everything in the game. And so this is why experience on every level needs to happen. You can't skip steps, right? Real talk. On every level, you cannot skip steps in the learning process.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you. So I bring her to the hotel, but I used to always, when I would re-up, she would be, because I trusted her. So this is one of the reasons why I have trust issues. So I would bring her to the room with me. Now, mind you, her mom was on crack. I paid their rent before and everything. At 15.
Right.
15, 16, I'm paying rent, everything.
Right, right.
So they bring me in, I used to bring her to the room with me, and I would break my work down. She would smoke her weed. We would eat. We would just chill. Remind you, we 15, 16.
Yeah.
Feel me? We rent hotels. It's all love.
Right, for sure.
So I guess, it was one of those situations where, we young. And as I get older now, I don't fault her. Yeah. Because you young, you see a dude, he's showing money. At this time, I was showing my money. Again, I ain't got no lot of money, but you talking 98, 99. You walk around with $5,000, $6,000 in your pocket. I'm 15. You can't tell me nothing.
You lit.
You can't tell me nothing, yo.
Yeah. Hey, look, grown-ups these days, when taxes hit,
You feel me?
you get that little $5 check, you like,
feel
yo,
me? I'm lit.
what we doing?
Yeah, so me, I'm every day. I'm 15, 16, 14. I got $4,000, $5,000 on me every day. I got a Beaver. I got a Delta 88. I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm right. I got a bunch of G-Nikes and a whole bunch of baggy clothes. I'm good.
Unlimited tall tees.
I'm good, you hear me? I'm good.
Right.
So for her, she saw the money, and when she would go to her hood, you know, the talk happens. You know, girls talking. And so, you know, one thing led to another. And I don't know how that came about, but, you know, I'm there. So when they get me in the room, the first thing they say is, man, where the work at? I'm like, man, I ain't got no work, dog. You tripping. So he cocked that bitch. He like, man, don't play with me. I will blow your brains out in this room, man. Up it. I'm like, bruh, I don't got nothing. He was like, dog, you playing with me? But he said something else. He like, you playing with me? You think I won't kill you in this bitch, dog? I will kill you and her. So she like, Leon, it's right there. And like, so now I felt like you really could have got me killed because you tell them where it's at. You tell them where the money is at. So they get that night and the dude looked me in my face and was like, I should kill your dad. And so now I'm just looking at him like, I ain't scared though.
Yeah.
Because this crazy. I know this come with the game.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of when.
Yeah.
Because I done been on the other side of that pistol before.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me?
Wow. You can't.
You feel
Sheesh.
me? I done been on the other side of it. So I know it's only a matter of time before this happen. It's just when.
Yeah.
And to what extreme the person on the other side feel he need to go to prove his point.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
So I'm just like, I can't say nothing. So he walk out the door. I run to the car. I pull a pistol out, and in broad daylight, I'm busting up the street. Boom, 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 boom. I'm busting. And I go back in the room, and I'm like, you set me up. I should knock your shit loose.
Give me the edited version.
You feel me?
Look, Trap went back to that moment.
you saw me in my face?
I felt it. Like that story took him back.
I'm all right to go there. I'm all right to go there, but you want to go there though. You know what I mean? You saw it in my face, family?
I'm glad we snapped him out of there because Trap was in that room.
Facts.
Right that moment.
So we get past it, man. I figured out who it was, man. And I did what I had to do. It wasn't so much about me doing it or not. It was about me letting people know I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, and so, you know, and we live in two worlds, man, where some people on the outside of the streets will never understand them. Yeah. But people on the streets, they understand those rules and they live by them. They base their life on them, right? Yeah. So for me, that's why you'll never hear me tell people, like, and it may sound, because I've now transitioned into a leadership role, an influential role in my life, but I still connect with them rules in so many ways. I'll never tell dudes get out the streets. Yeah. And some people gonna judge me for that, and that's cool. It's because I know what their mindset is there. I know what it takes. I know why you there. Yeah. I know that dark space you in right there. Yeah. It's easy for somebody who's never been there to say you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. It's easy for people to say go get a job. Try telling an entrepreneur go get a job. Right. After they've been an entrepreneur their whole life, you know what they're gonna say? I will die before I go work for somebody else. For sure. I will max out every credit card. I will take out every loan. I will do. I will sell the tires. I will do everything I gotta do before I go work on that job again. It's the same thing as telling a hustler, yo, go get a job. This ain't worth it. Yeah. So for me, it's instead of me saying that, man, let me show you something else, family. Yeah. Because it's not so much as the hustle. You haven't showed me nothing else that can make up for this. Yeah. Not even the money-wise. You just said you haven't shown me nothing that can transition. All you telling me is to go work for somebody. Yo, I ain't with that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So how did you start to develop? So you have this, I guess, fast forward, bringing us to my man that's like telling you, yo, it's two different games we playing.
Bingo.
Right here.
That was you the master of the pivot. You the master of the pivot, Dave. That was the pivot. Yeah. That was the
Did you never hear this type of conversation
Never.
before, like you could do something else?
No.
You
Everybody
wasn't even
around
in an environment to be connected. Yo, if you weren't, if you didn't have that roommate at that cellmate at that time, you would probably still be in the street.
That's a fact. Because it's a great, I wouldn't say no. Because when I went to prison, so you go from, I guess y'all would call it like the county jail. In New Orleans, it's called a parish, OPP. So you go from the parish jail to the penitentiary. I met some dope dudes in the prison system.
Yeah.
Like some brilliant dudes, bro. And they were on it. They weren't really into stocks like talking about it, but they were into, like my guy, Walter Ward, he was into real estate hard. I know dudes in prison that was on credit way then. Talking about it. Like, yo, you gotta get your credit right. Credit books. People that was talking about lending. Like, I got one of my partners, he was really trying to figure out how to be his own bank. He was like, yo, like how Derek Gracie is. Like, I know people in the prison that been on it.
Yeah.
Right? So I wouldn't say no, but he showed me somebody who was vividly playing a different game.
Yeah.
See, it's easy for me and you, like you in here on attempt murder, I'm on a murder charge, you on a kidnapping charge, and then we just run up on some dope knowledge and like, yo, this is what we doing.
Right.
None of us ain't never did it, but this is what we doing.
Right. But you catch somebody from the outside.
Who did it?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that was, I wouldn't say no, but because I saw it, I knew it was possible.
Yeah, for sure.
But I still come home and get back in the streets. Yeah. With all that took place, we still come home and get back to doing what we do.
10 years later.
This is what we do, man. This is what we
What
love.
we do.
This is what we love. This is
Let me ask you, for somebody in that position, is it more so about the opportunity, like I don't have no other way to make money, this is what I know, or is it the love of the game?
It's a combination of both. It's the same as somebody who plays football, who rush back after an injury because all they know is football.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a dude who raps or sings or entertainer who entertains, and now you say, do something else other than entertainment. It comes a point where it's not about the money no more.
Yeah.
It's, I love this.
Yeah.
Like Mitch said, and I love the game.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna be real. This whole social media, me educating people, this is the transition to the game for me.
Yeah. What year did you get out?
So I got home in 2007, 2 days before Christmas.
2007, you got out.
December 22nd, 2007.
When did you start taking stocks seriously?
After I got found guilty in 2014.
Out 2007. 2007 to 2014, you having a run.
Oh, I had a good run.
Good little run.
Yeah, I had a good run. So I got found not guilty in 2010, and in 2014, another charge I had got overturned. So the first charge was they kicked in my door.
In 2010.
In 2010, they kicked in my door. They found 8 pounds of weed, $10,000, 100 pills, X pills, a pint of lean, and a 40 with extended clip in a beam, and a 223. But they didn't have a search warrant. Illegal search and seizure. They stopped me in a truck. I had an Escalade, 2007 Escalade at the time. And they didn't find nothing on me in the truck. And if y'all want to look at it, check my paperwork out. Leon Howe versus the state of Louisiana. Check my paperwork out. I'm good.
Right, I ain't Takashi.
I'm good. You hear me?
For sure.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So shout out my lawyer, man, John Fuller. He like a mentor. He like a big brother to me, man. He's from Atlanta, matter of fact. But he moved to New Orleans. So they pulled me over in my truck, but they couldn't find nothing on me. So what they did was, once you pull me over in my truck, if you don't find nothing on me, you're supposed to let me go. But they wanted me so bad. They took me, and I'm not saying like I was a kingpin or nothing, but I just from, doing what I do. Police is designed just to lock you up. They design a locking on somebody, and their whole purpose is, I can get you, I need to make you flip on somebody else. That's just how the game goes. So when they brought me to the house, they were like, who live right there? I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't live there. So they were like, all right, they beat me up. That's why I understand police brutality. They beat me up in the back of the car to try to, like, they whooped the shit out of me in the back of the car. but they didn't break nothing. But they bought my ass in the back of the car, and they was like, we can do this the easy way, the hard way. I was like, man, do it the hard way then, because I don't know no easy way. That's when they bust me up in the back of the car. I still didn't say nothing, so they kicked the door in. And it's crazy because when they kicked the door in, it sit right there. Boom, I had just got it.
Right.
Just got it. And they got the search warrant at they kicked the door in at 7 o'clock. They got the search warrant at 10:30. So they're supposed to throw it out, but they didn't, and it cost me like $60,000, bro. I went broke fighting that charge, like dead broke. So we get that charge, we get found out guilty on that charge, and then 2014, me and I had literally caught 2 charges back to back. But me and my partner was in a car together. He was like an OG from me, so I had just served him like a QP of weed, and he didn't have a ride, so I take him somewhere. Police pull us over. He a 2-time loser. I can't let him get jammed up with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, in my mind, I'm like, all right, I don't got no drug charge. See, this is how you know the system. I don't got no drug charges. So if I do get this charge, it's just gonna be a probation charge.
Yeah.
Right? And so people are like, why would you do that? Like, bro, I'm already a convicted felon. Like, and it's crazy how the mindset goes. It's like the worst they can do is give me probation.
Right.
Like, that's my mindset.
Yeah.
While somebody else like probation, I don't want that. What is
Right.
Like, bro, I already got 10 murder on robbery on my jacket. What's probation?
Right. right.
You know what I'm saying? So my lawyer was like, nah, we gonna fight that too. Because they didn't get it on me. They got it from underneath the car, and not even on the driver's side, on the passenger side. Right? Y'all already said on the paperwork that y'all searched me, y'all searched the car, y'all didn't find nothing. Y'all came back to the car and looked under the car. Right? So we don't know what, you ain't get it on me, but I couldn't let my bro fall for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2-time loser, all drug charges, they gonna throw the book at him.
Yeah.
So I joined up in that situation. So 2014.
So you just took the charge. So you just said it's mine.
I took the
or
arrest.
Gotcha. Okay.
So don't necessarily mean it's yours. You know, you still gotta prove it in court.
So how do you say that? Do you be like, all right, just take me?
Well, because possession is 9/10 of the law. And so they was like, one of y'all gotta go to jail. And I was like, man, I'm gonna take a ride for it.
Yeah.
But then we get in court, it's called mental distress.
Right.
Man, I was under pressure, man. I was scared.
right.
I got beat up by the police already. It's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, yo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say anything. I don't wanna get beat up. And it's already on file to me getting beat up by the police before.
Gotcha.
So we did that.
Sheesh, you got the same lawyer every time?
Oh, I can't go nowhere. All my guys go to him. Shout out to John Fuller, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, all my guys go to him.
Yeah.
Man, that's my guy, man. But during that phase, I was like, all right, yo, we gotta do something else. Yeah. We can't keep beating them. And at this phase of my life, I'm broke.
Yeah.
So now I tell myself, all right, look, we're not gonna hustle no more. We're gonna rob.
That's the alternative.
100%. I can't hustle no more.
So like going to college, never going to trade school, none of that popping. You like, yo, okay, I don't want to go to jail for trapping no more. Nah. I'm just gonna rob people.
Because we just gonna rob trappers though. We're not gonna rob people.
It makes so much sense. Like
no, we're not gonna rob people. OG, like that's I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like that's why I don't be understanding like this era so much. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand them, but I know why they move the way they move, because they don't got no real OGs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't got no real OGs.
That's a fact.
Like, so OGs told me this in the game, like, yo, you never rob a working man. Mm-hmm. He ain't sign up for that game.
Yeah.
But the minute you tell yourself, I'm gonna sell a nickel bag, you become fair game.
Oh, yeah. Right. You're
no, real talk.
That's crazy. So when you hustling, like, you a target for not only the people that you serving, but the competition and the law.
No, 100%. And so people be mad, like people be like, Jack boys are haters. Is a shark a hater because he eat tuna fish?
Part of the food chain, man.
You part of the food chain, family. Is a lion a hater because he see the hyena eating a zebra that he killed and he come over and take it? No, muscle up.
Right.
Man up.
Yeah.
This the game. Mm-hmm. This the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So what happened in this particular career? Like,
You feel what I'm saying?
what happened in, okay, so
All right,
now
so
I'm
I
like,
start-
yo,
I start
I'm sorry,
jacking.
how long did this last?
From about 2012 to 14.
12 to 14.
Yeah.
So with 2 years, you make a living off robbing people. But then you still like
But I
in the
was
game
working.
because,
But I was working. I was doing iron work.
yeah,
I was doing iron work. I'm not gonna put it out there like I was just in the streets.
yeah,
Like I was like, okay. But the thing about iron working was I didn't take it serious. Because I knew I could make more money hustling.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you rob somebody, you still trapping though. Like you
Yeah,
still
you still in the hood. You still
hustling
doing that.
because you gotta sell what you just stole.
So if I hit some product, I'll just like sell it to other hustlers. Like, yo, bro, look, I got this. Look, I'm gonna get offer for this because I don't want the product.
Yeah.
So here, like, all right, cool. So then, dudes knew me for having like cheap product. Like, oh, Free got the cheap product.
Yo, it's so many people that are like you, brilliant,
Nah, 100%.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And if we trade the product, it'll
Yeah.
be the same thing. Just how you're at Trapper University.
I
Like,
tell people this, bro, real talk. My story, like, you may hear it and be like, yo, this crazy. But I can literally name 10 people that has a story even worse than mine.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people don't be understanding, like, the mindset that goes on in the streets.
yeah,
Your brain, like, realistically, in everybody, your brain is designed for survival.
yeah, for sure.
Your brain, you have to alter your brain to run, do this, do that. You gotta create that mindset. Out the gate, innate nature, your brain is designed for survival.
Yeah,
It's designed for it.
yeah,
It's designed to do that. It's to keep you alive, to survive. That's the brain's number one priority.
yeah,
Real talk. So for me, and I say it all the time, like that's being in the street, bro, is, and I don't glorify it. It's just what I've been through. It's what I learned.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People be like, man, I smile because I'm happy to no longer be a part of that.
Yeah.
It's a blessing every day I get up. It's a blessing to be able to call Dave and I know my phone ain't tapped.
Right. And if it was, you ain't doing
I ain't
nothing.
doing
You
nothing.
good.
Dave, hit me on the burner phone, man. I don't gotta do that. I can chill with my daughter.
Yeah.
I can live a good life.
So transitioning into becoming like the Wallstreet Trapper.
Okay, so
How did that happen?
a lot of my partners, shout out my dog Greedy, he told me one day, he said, man, you're really a nerd and a street dude body. He told me that. He said, you so smart, bro. The stuff, the conversations that we have, street dudes don't have. But it's because I developed that in prison. Feel me? And then my friend Akila, she made $1 million. She made her first $1 million in 2018. And she was going through, not really financial problems, but she was putting some money in the stock market. And the financial advisor just wasn't doing the right thing with her. And so I broke it down to her what she can do.
Because you were learning this whole time.
Because I loved it. For me, that was already the transition to the product.
Yeah.
She was like, and so I broke it down to her what she can do and some questions she needed to tell her financial advisor.
Were you in the market at this point?
Yeah. I started getting into the market in 2014.
Right.
I started taking it serious. Like really like, I'm gonna put some money here. I could do this shit. I done watched the white boys do it for so long. But I'm gonna be real with you, I had a moment with myself. This is a serious moment. Me and my partner went hit this lick. God bless his soul, his spirit, man. We went hit a lick and it didn't turn out right. And he saved my life. And so we were supposed to get like $80,000. We wound up getting like $8,000. And I told him that moment, I said, man, that's a wrap, bro. I'm done. This is a real testimony right here. My partner was like, bro, that's a part of the game. Every lick ain't gonna go right. That's a part of the game, so I don't even trip on that. I'm like, nah, this one ain't feel right. This one ain't feel right. I done got found not guilty twice. Well, one time and then got another one overturned. I did the 10-year bid already. I almost got killed. I almost got kidnapped before twice. But this one, it was there. I said, this one ain't feel right. I'm good. I gave him the money, so he got the whole pot. I went home and I said, God, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? This is what I know how to do. You keep saving me. What you want me to do? And immediately, this thought came to my head. You playing the wrong game. No lie.
So you have this awakening,
Right?
and it's just based on a feeling. Like God put something in you that
Yeah.
says, "All right, you've
Yeah.
got enough for a testimony and a
Right.
story to help other people."
Right.
And that's when you really start taking
This serious.
stock serious.
Yeah. Start taking it serious.
Because you're still welding right now.
Yeah, I'm working as an iron worker.
Yeah.
I literally go take a job in Baton Rouge, which is right outside of Louisiana, building right outside of New Orleans, building the stadium. So that's how you do, build stadiums, build power plants, all that. And so I saved up $17,000. And I said, I'm gone. Just like that. I said, I'm about to go to the A.
Saved up $17,000. I'm going
2
to
months.
Atlanta.
Saved up $17,000. I'm moving to the A. I found out they was building the Falcon Stadium, they was building the Brave Stadium, and they had 3 power plants they was adding on to out here. I said, I'm gone. But this is how God threw the monkey wrench in the plan. I go home, I pack all my stuff. The girl I was with at the time, the day I moved, we found out she pregnant. So now I gotta make a decision. Do you leave or do you stay? That was tough.
Yeah.
I bit the bullet. I said, I'm leaving. But I told her this, I'm not leaving you. I got you. But if I don't leave, I promise you I can't be a good father. I can't promise you I'm gonna be here that long. And for her pregnancy, I didn't understand the hurt because she lashed out. But I never responded because I had good people in my corner. But she was hurt because she felt that I left her and I abandoned her. But I didn't. So sometimes what we don't realize in life is that in order for us to be great at anything, we gotta get right with ourselves, yo.
Yeah.
We all got demons. We all got skeletons. We gotta fight them first. I say walk with your fear. And then once you walk with it, you correct them, you get them right. Now you can tap into the next version of yourself. I had to get with my demons, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things I did, things I've seen. Like I had to like battle those things, bro.
Yeah.
For-
What was it about Atlanta that you knew you had to get out of that you knew, or you just knew you had to get out of that environment?
Well, I knew I had to get out of New Orleans, but I had a friend out here.
Right.
I had kind of was dating her for a while.
So you left the girl, you left your baby mom.
No, not to come be with a girl. I met her before this. I met her like 2011.
Right.
She exposed me to Atlanta. And then, you know, when our thing didn't flourish, we were still cool. And so, like Atlanta used to have a lot of day parties and everything. So she'd be like, yo, come out here. She was like, yo, you need to move anyway, yo. Like, you always look happy when you out here. And I was like, yeah, I need to go. But at one time, I used to be like, well, I'm never leaving New Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving New Orleans.
Yeah.
But when I reached that moment, I was like, yo, I think I'm about to move to the A. 2015,
Why didn't she come with you?
My daughter, mama?
Yeah.
So what happens is, people, New Orleans people are something, bro. If it wasn't for Katrina, a lot of people would have never even saw another city outside New Orleans.
That's real.
But my daughter, mama, her and her family are so close. Like they all live in the same proximity of each other. Like 7 of them live in one neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
like,
sure,
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Like they all by each other's house all the time. And so for her, it was like, I'm not moving out there.
Yeah.
Like none of my family out there. I'm gonna be by myself. And if we ain't working out, I'm gonna be stuck out there.
Right. I got you.
So it was like, I gotta go.
Yeah. So you just come to Atlanta, and then you find the girl, she's having a problem with her finances. Then you tell her what to do with her money.
Nah. So check this out. I come to the A. My daughter, mama, pregnant. I get the job at the stadium. The stadium job really helped me out. I was making $2,500 a week.
Ooh, lit.
It helped me out. That's when I knew God had me. Because I was now making hustle money. I'm going to be real with you.
It felt, yeah.
So I'm about to tell you something that a lot of people ain't going to really believe. A lot of people that's in the street that you see flashing money are really not making no money. Because by the time they pay the connect back, or by the time they re-up, they don't really have no money. Right? People that work 9 to 5s, a lot of times make more money than the average hustler.
I love it.
100%.
Yeah.
The difference is, so I use this analogy all the time.
It look cooler.
It looks cool.
It look cool, bro.
It looks cool. The average hustler is really hustling backwards.
Yeah.
All he do is make sure he got enough money to re-up. Everything else, he blowing it.
Yeah.
So if he stop hustling today tomorrow, he dead broke.
Y'all hear that, kids?
Real talk.
I love
Real
it.
talk. That's real talk.
Yeah. Look, I want to get so far. Like, there's so much I want to ask in the story, but we got to get to the game. We got to get. But this testimonial is just. I mean, I looking back on, some of the people that I've been friends with, a part of my journey, I'm seeing it as you're talking, and I'm connecting people that you're mentioning in your story with people in my life, and I'm like, oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Man, the streets is a monster, man.
Yeah.
It's a monster. And I had this conversation with one of my partners a while back, and I said, it's crazy that because we don't have, like me, you, and Bree was talking about, we don't have that relationship with money like that, right? So nobody really gives us the rules. So a lot of time, a lot of us, 70, 80% of us, freestyle our way through life.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact.
We freestyle. Now the thing about the streets is, now you're freestyling with more risk.
Yeah.
Right? So it's easy to freestyle when you got a 9 to 5, you're doing a school, you're doing a college. Nobody really taught you, but you freestyling, so the most you can do is be unemployed.
Right.
When you freestyling in the streets, you learning on the go, you can't make as many mistakes.
Yeah.
Because your life is always the ultimate price you're going to pay.
For sure.
Your life and your freedom, that's always the ultimate price.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about the streets, though. You start to rationalize and make that understood. And so now every day you get up, you say, okay, I'm cool with my life being on the line. All right, let's go get this bread.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So you make that the norm, which this should not be the norm.
Right.
Bruh, once you cash your chips in, you don't get them back.
Right, for sure.
So we made this the norm. So now we freestyled our way. Mind you, my freestyle costed me 10 years.
Yeah.
But picture this, some people freestyling through the streets, it cost them their life, whether it's I know dudes in jail with 250 years, bruh. Real talk, I know dudes at 19, natural life. I know dudes with 18, 19 years old, 99 plus 50. I know them personally. I sat next to them. I'm 18 years old, I got 10 years. My man, 17 years old, he got 99. My other man, 22, he got 600 years. You know what I'm saying? My other man, he gotta leave state jail from doing 20 and then go to the feds and do 80 months. Like, I know people doing this time. I know my partner just came home 2 years ago. He literally did 25 years. He went to prison. When he went to jail, he just had a 1-month-old. So his 25-year-old didn't meet them until he came home.
Goodness gracious.
Like, we freestyling, but the consequences, the stakes are so high. That's all we know. And the only solution you have for me is, hey, yo, go get a job.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Yeah.
So working at a stadium was really like amazing for me because then I began to make real hustle money.
Yeah.
But I was trading time for money, something I knew my guy told me I shouldn't be able to do.
Right.
But I enjoyed it because I was doing something. This is how I rationalized it. I'm doing something that everybody can't do. I'm building the Atlanta Falcons Stadium, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm building this thing. Man, everybody can't say they doing this,
For sure. For
500
sure.
feet in the air, man. Talk to me, man.
And while you're doing this, you're obviously taking the money and trading.
I'm putting it in the market.
Putting it in the market.
I learned how to do it.
So walk me through the education.
All right, so prison built up, a lot of my stories revert back to prison.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. So now I've been home 13 years. 13 years this year? 13 years in December.
Oh, nice.
So we got to ask ourselves this question. From maybe 12, 13 to 16, I'm in the streets figuring stuff out. That's a short time span.
Yeah.
Then from 16 to 26, I'm in prison.
Right.
From 26 to 29, I'm in the streets, but then I start fighting charges.
Right.
Right? And then from 2014 to now, which is 6 years, I've literally now opened up and been like, okay, this is my life now.
Let's get into the education process. So you developed the habit of reading in prison.
Yeah. So I developed that habit in prison. That's how I got really into it. So between my partner putting me on the Rich Dad Poor Dad, I used to watch CNBC all the time. And I used to and I hate to keep saying, but I used to see these white men talking about all this money. It had nothing to do with drugs.
Right.
I was like, yo, it's crazy.
Right.
So I was like, okay. Right. And so I told you I was to be the bookie. So I used to, do numbers in prison, and keep you don't know what that is, place bets on the games. And so this dude named Kellogg, he was from Connecticut. So Kellogg used to get the USA Today paper, right? So that was a privilege, right? Because we couldn't afford to get the USA Today paper. It cost too much, right? But he was getting the USA Today. And I will always pay Kellogg for the sports section so I can get the numbers from Danny Sheridan. But Kellogg used to be like, Free, you always watching CNBC on TV. I check you out. You need to start watching this business part. Mind you, the 2 introductions I have to investing in that come from 2 white people.
Was Kellogg white? Yeah.
My partner put me on Rich Dad Poor Dad.
What was Kellogg in for?
I don't know what Kellogg was in there for. That's odd.
Right. I would think that that's one of the conversations y'all have.
I never asked Kellogg. Nah, actually, you don't ask people what they're in jail for.
Really?
Nah. Like in prison, like once you get upstate, you don't be like, hey, what you in here for? Like you don't ask about it.
No?
Nah.
Okay.
In parish or county jail, you may do that.
Right.
Like once you get upstate, like that be like, what you in here for? Like, nah, they don't be asking that shit. In the feds, it's different. But in like state prison, you don't really
Why
be asking
though?
that.
I mean, I'm trying to get to this.
Because in the feds, it's more organized crime. It's more state. Like you could be in the feds, and so they got people from every state in there. So now you don't want to be associated with a rat.
Got you.
Or a pedophile, right? So if you catch a federal charge, the first thing they want to see before you even accept it, where your paperwork at? And you got a certain amount of time to produce that paperwork. If you don't produce that paperwork in a certain amount of time, you can't even live there.
Hold on. You talking about from the population?
Yeah, you can't live. Are you gonna live in PC? Because you gotta realize in federal prison, you got mob, you got real gangsters, you got real people. I don't wanna be around no rat, dog. And most people in the feds are in it because somebody ratted on them. So if you a rat, they don't want you around.
So what happens if you?
You gonna either go live in a hole, you gonna tell the people, yo, I can't live here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I can't live here.
Yeah.
Or you gonna get killed.
Yeah.
And Atlanta is one of the most dangerous prisons, federal prisons in the world.
Is it really?
Yeah. You can't do that. Like nobody, I don't care where you from. Like Atlanta people, New Orleans people, they everybody do their own thing. States be together, like, yo, where you from? Oh, let me see you. Like, get that paperwork to us, family. Like, you got like a week or 2 months to get that paperwork to us. It's all love until you get that paperwork to us. Unless somebody call, unless I write to somebody a letter and be like, hey, yo, such and such just come over there. Oh, he a rat, you hear me? He an informant, he a CI. Oh, no, you got to go, fam.
Gotcha.
No,
okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's how they got to go. Nobody don't live around rats.
For sure.
So I built that, and Kellogg put me on that. So Kellogg started me reading the business section. And I was like, oh, this crazy. And we get it every day. So I'd be like, yo, Kellogg, let me get that old business section, family. He was like, all right, cool. So I started that, and then I was fascinated by Warren Buffett. I was like, this old ass white man, bro, how he make all this money? He ain't hustling.
Yeah, the funny thing is, you always compare everything to hustling.
That's it.
Like that's the bar.
That's the universal language.
Right.
Whether people know it or not.
Yeah.
That's That's why I never tell people not to hustle, but bro, I'm telling you, if you a hustler in the street, fam, there's nothing you can't do in this world.
Come on.
I promise you that.
Yeah.
With little risk involved. I sleep so good at night knowing nobody's after me. I ain't gotta worry about police, nobody setting me up, none of that. I live a good life. And I still use my hustling rules.
Yeah,
Every hustler got a story.
for sure.
Every hustler. That's why I tell people all the time, my story may fascinate you, but to another hustler, that ain't nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
Ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So I developed that mind, I've developed that. And the greatest thing I will say about prison is you can order all the books you want. They don't mind you ordering books.
Yeah. So you start ordering
Started getting books coming in. Started getting people.
like specific stock and investment books or like mindset?
Mindset, literacy. I went through the Rich Dad Poor Dad series. I went through Peter Lynch. I went through, but I was also on like a pro-black kick too. So like Anthony Browder, Malcolm X. I was reading all this. Like I was like digging.
Consuming.
I was digging.
Yeah.
But I was also into urban novels. So the first book that really got me into reading was The Coldest Winter Ever. The first book that got me into reading.
Wow.
You dig? And then I went from there, true to the game. So I went through a whole cycle of reading everything. I was just like a machine. You know what I'm saying? I developed the habit of just being able to take this book and just read it from start to finish in one day.
Yeah.
Not move, not eat, not do nothing. Just here, go in my locker, eat munch. Like there. So remember when I told you I had this mindset like, yo, like, you gotta play a different game.
Yeah.
So immediately I clicked, okay, this is what we doing. So when I got out here, I was at peace.
Gotcha.
Like I was at peace.
And did you, but before this, you weren't like heavy investing. When did it click to say, yo, this is all I'm doing?
So fast forward now, I used to tell my homies in the street about it in New Orleans. Like I used to tell them about it all the time and they was clicking with it, but it was just like, I wasn't serious. I just understood it.
Yeah.
I wasn't serious with it. So about 2017 is when it got really serious for me. I understood the power of it. So it's different when you want to do something and then when you tap into the power of it, right? And when you tap into, a shift has to be made. And again, all we know is consumerism.
Yeah.
And I should just be like, bro, like this ownership stuff is really dope.
Yeah.
Like I could go to Walmart and not really own that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it used to hit me different. And I was like, all right. And I remember the first stock I bought was Ford. And that was when I was just buying stuff like, oh, I want to buy that.
Right.
Oh, I want to buy that. The typical
Sound
feeling you
like
go
me
through.
when I'm
Yeah,
investing.
I want to buy that. Let me buy that. Until I realized like Ford was a bad business at the time. Like the company tanked on me. And I didn't see the recovery happening. So I took a loss right there.
What was the first major company that you invested in? What was the first major investment that you made in a company?
Tesla.
Tesla. What year was this?
18.
So 2018. How much did you put in?
$3,000.
$3,000. And what made you do that?
I just thought cars with no engine and electricity was really cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was the wave of the Jetsons. I was like, yo, this about to be a wave.
Do you remember what you bought it at?
I don't. But I remember when I did it, I also did an option on it because it wasn't just me investing. I bought an option on it. That was the first time I put $3,000 in one option call. I had learned what options was. And this was when...
What are options?
So options are when you say that a stock is going to go up or down. And I bet that it was going to go down. It's called a put.
Right.
So what happened was, this is when Elon Musk goes on a Joe Rogan show and smokes the weed.
Ah. You put the option on before he did that?
I put the option on when he did it.
Like as soon as he did it?
When that came out, I said, oh, this is about that out. Because I used to watch YouTube. I was a YouTube fanatic.
Yeah.
The only thing I watched was The Wire, CNBC, and YouTube. I used to love watching, because I used to watch old Warren Buffett videos. That was my thing. Like I would get on YouTube and watch Warren Buffett videos, Peter Lynch videos. And so I was watching it on YouTube. I said, oh, this is about to happen. Because I understood the metrics of the game. See, I tell people all the time, learn the rules of the game. You learn the rules of the game, you know what drives a stock, what takes away from a stock. So I remember I bought $3,000 worth of put options on Tesla. And I made $2,500 in 2 days.
Wow.
And I was like, what is that? Now I could have if I'd have let it ride, I could have been a millionaire. I could have been a millionaire because that sucker tanked when he did that. But I made it $2,500. I sold my options, and I was like, yo, I'm here for life.
Done.
I'm here for life, yo.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't changing this.
Right.
But I really started taking this serious about 2015, 16, when I started really like saying, oh, we don't know nothing about this.
Yeah.
This is the game.
Yeah. This the game my man was telling me about.
I was like, oh, this the game.
Yeah.
Because I was able to do it from a place of comfort.
And not the stress or anxiety.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was able to do it. I was able to go to my loft that I lived in downtown and this is my first time ever having a luxury apartment. You know what I'm saying? I was able to go to my apartment and be like, yo, this is a dope ass apartment. Like I fell in love with Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I can focus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was able to focus and buckle down and see it. And I was like, oh, this the game.
Yeah.
This is just like hustling.
Yeah.
This is exactly like hustling.
Right.
It ain't no different.
And at what point did you start to teach it?
So I used to go back home and talk to my partners.
Right.
We used to have these conversations. And then when they would come out here to the A, I would have conversations with them. I would be like, yo, y'all need to come out here, dog. And so when my partners used to come out here, they used to feel it. They used to be like, yo, it's love out here.
Yeah.
So it's easy to teach somebody when they not in the environment.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're receptive to it.
Yeah.
Because we ain't worrying about everything that come with it.
Yep.
So I would be like, yo, man, check this out, man. Look what I'm doing. And they'd be like, oh, that's crazy. And then I would go back to New Orleans. I would go holler at my family. And like I had my family on it. Like we used to be on it. Me and my cousin, he was a crane operator. He used to text me all the time, yo, we made it. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. You know what I mean? And so I saw my people getting into it. And I was like, oh, if I can teach hustlers, those who come from what I come from and who are like me, if I can teach them and if I can teach my family, I can teach anybody.
Yeah.
Now I just got to retain more information.
Yeah.
I got to keep retaining the information, right? And because it's easy to know something and try to teach it.
Yeah.
But it's easy to learn, but it's better to learn it, understand it. When I started this business, bro, I didn't sell nothing for 6 to 8 months.
You didn't sell like no classes, courses, nothing.
I didn't even drop my first course till I was out. Let me see. So when I started this business in 2018, I didn't drop a course till 2019, July.
Dang. So you running up on a year anniversary.
So now I'm almost 2 years.
So, well, from your
selling,
first sell.
From selling,
yeah.
July will be my, June 28th is when I dropped my first course.
So how many people do you have in your course? Well, I need you got a couple parts because one, you got the course that people buy, and then you got the community.
Yeah. So we have 1,600 people in Trappers Anonymous.
1,600 people.
Yeah. So that's the private group where just last night, man, we had an amazing book club. So we do book clubs. We do, we have different days of the week where we do different things. We break down stocks together. We inform them on things that's happening in the market that we need to be aware of. Things that I don't do on my Instagram. Because I feel like if you're a part of this group, you committing to it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's easy for you to say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna take the course, I'm gonna buy the course.
Right.
That's cool, you can learn on your own. No problem with that. But when you get in a group, you saying, I'm committed to it.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna commit to it, then I'm gonna bless you with my commitment to you.
Gotcha.
I want to build that lifetime value with us.
And
You know
what comes with the course?
So the course, you had a Wallstreet trapping course. So the Wallstreet trapping course teaches people how to analyze and how to break down stocks, the fundamentals, the balance sheets, income statement. It teaches us about moats. It teaches us about management. It teaches us about just the things we need to learn. I even give examples on how you can invest $1,000. You know, finding that balance in your portfolio. So the Wall Street Chapter course is really dope.
I will attest to. All right, so let me give you my short
Come on,
little
man.
testimony. Okay. So I mean, you hear stuff, and for real, it was 2000. I was working at the Cheesecake Factory. No, I was working at Olive Garden at this point. It had to be 2000. I left 2012. It had to be like 2004, 2005. And I'm going through this transformation of like just Jim Rohn changed my life.
I love it. That's the GOAT. That's the GOAT. He the GOAT.
There's nothing he said that I haven't seen.
Right.
Bro, I'm talking about like he changed my life. So I'm going on this just transformation. So I'm buying stuff like at that point, Rich Dad Poor. Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump wrote a book, and I bought it. I didn't understand a word of it. I'm reading it and I'm like, I don't understand it, but like I'm just trying to consume. And I used to watch Kramer.
Jim Cramer.
I didn't know what he was talking about, but I was like, I just felt smarter, just watching the joint, right? Right, yeah. And I'm like, oh, companies, he buy this, he's saying, but I never did anything with it. So I meet you, and it brought me back to that hunger of information, of wanting to be in that in crowd of the wealthy. You know what I mean? So once you start talking about stocks and it's easy to do this, set up the account, do that, put this in that. I'm like, this is crazy. So anything you say, I do it. So I put in 5,000 right now to this day, and it's only been what?
I'm about to say what, a month and a half, 2 months?
Yeah, about 2 months. 2 months. So the account grew. I put 5,000 cash in, and we're at like 72. It was at 7,300 today. And then I got another 7,500 in Amazon. But to watch money go from 5,000 to make $2,200 in 2 months.
Without doing nothing.
I didn't have to sell, I had to recruit nobody. I had to sell no product. I had to make no videos. I had to do no events. I had to run no ads. It really let me know the power of this thing.
No, it's powerful, man.
Yeah, bro, you the GOAT, bro.
It's a shifter.
Let me ask you, how many students, and I guess you wouldn't be able to quantify certain success stories.
Now, I'm gonna say this, easily over 2,000. Easy. For me, that's where the real wealth is at. It's not about the money, right? I'm a hustler, fam. I'm gonna make money. For me, it's about something bigger than myself. It's about somebody who never even thought they can do it. Now, walking up the street like, that company got too much debt. I ain't investing in that.
Bro, I'm so bougie out here. When somebody starts talking about a company, they say something like, a Delta flight. I'm like, actually, hold on. You haven't told me a little something about Delta.
You feel me? So for me, that's what my real wealth is.
Yeah.
Because, let's be real, the money, and I tell people, money is worthless. It ain't even worth the dollar that it's on. Like this dollar bill with one of my pockets, man, whatever the money at, is the paper that is on is worth more than the actual dollar. So why are we cherishing that? Yeah. Why are we chasing something that's worthless? America is $25 trillion in the whole. Why are we chasing this dollar bill? It ain't worth nothing. So for me, what's more important is your wealth in the stock market will forever be associated with me.
Oh, for sure, bro. You got 2,000 of us.
You feel me?
In the stock market.
You feel me? That's powerful. So now what happens is, because I have now introduced you to that, and then you learn it, something may happen for me later on in my life, and I may run across you, and you might be like, Trap, you're good. I'm like, yeah, you know what, Trap, man? I got you, bro. I remember what you did for me 20 years ago. Yeah. It helped me on this level of my life. Yeah. That's wealthy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's relationship equity. Yeah. That's worth more than money. For sure. Somebody that's out there, they're like, okay, I heard about that. How do I get in? How do you start? First off, you can just click. I'm putting the tag in this here where you can get the course. I'm telling you guys, I'm not trying to sell y'all a course. I'm telling you, get the course. Get the Wall Street Chapter course. Join the community. It's the first step to true wealth creation. I'm not talking about somebody that got a business and you're doing 100,000. That ain't wealth. You just know how to make some money. Yeah. But when your money starts to make you money,
That's different. That's different. I don't, yo, you could be making $500,000 a year, $1 million a year. You're not wealthy if you got to go out and do it again next year.
Facts.
So how would, obviously we get the course, we get the education. Where do we start?
So what I like to tell my students is, let's start with 3 things: where we spend our money at, where we work at, and household products.
Got it.
Right? Because that's easy for us to understand. I have these rules. I said it's the RULES. R means reason. Why am I investing in the business? U, how do I understand the business? L, does the business have longevity? E, can the business expand? And S, is it simple? Simple, simplicity. We don't have to be, one of the problems is people think they gotta look for the next greatest company.
Right.
I'm trying to make my money, make $50,000 in 2 days. Nah, that ain't it. It's a long game. So you start there because it's easy. And then what we need to do is we need to understand this. So people always ask this question to me: which one of these brokerage accounts are not a scam? Right? So it's kind of like me telling you which bank is better than which bank. They all do the same thing. Some just have different perks than others. Find which one. People are lazy learners. Write them down. You can simply go to Google and say, top 5 investing accounts or brokerages. And then you write them 5 down, and then you call every last one of them, because it's their job to explain to you their business. But that's too much like work. It's too much like right. But that's literally what I did. Until I got on with TD Ameritrade, and they made more sense to me. They explained the business to me. But one thing I loved about TD Ameritrade, and I'm not getting no money from them, but the lady literally explained the whole platform to me. And if I'm gonna put my money here, I need to make sure I can call somebody and talk to them about it. Not email you. Right? So start an account and start looking for, not investing in, but start looking at businesses that you use every day. If you know you go to Walmart 4 times a week, you need to own that. Don't even try to look for the value plays in the beginning. In the beginning, you just want to get your feet wet. Right? You know you go to, you shop at Target. You know you're addicted to Target. Buy that business, yo. If you in real estate, you know you always go to Home Depot and Lowe's. Buy that business, yo. Start there.
Okay, going deeper, and I know you go through this in your course, but the education. What are the things that, what are like the things that we as beginners, because you just gave us the formula, what do we look at next? Okay, I shot with it. What is the next thing you try to look at?
Fundamentals. No, before I go there, I want to look at management. And I just talked to my group about this last night. I don't care about the stock price at all. Because the stock price only tells me how people feel about a business. If people feel good about the business, they buy a lot of the stock price goes up. People feel bad about a business, or they discouraged about a business, they sell the stock price goes down. That tells me nothing about the business. That just tells me how people feel about it. I could care less how people feel about it. Because the value is in the business itself. So what I want to do is, I want to look at the management. I want to look at the head. How you make me feel about the business.
Gotcha.
You feel me?
Gotcha.
If I'm gonna buy that Vibe called Blessed shirt, and I'm gonna be real with you, I need to know, who is Dave first?
Right.
Does he really feel blessed? Or was this just a cool design he came up with?
Oh, you talking good out here, bro. That's so real. Because there's a lot of people that start companies because it's a good idea, but they not eating their own cooking.
No. 100%. So if Dave and I've noticed that Dave, like, yo, you one of the most wealthy people I know, bro, from your spirit. Oh, so he believed, yo, I need one of them shirts, fam. Because I bought in. So, and I want people to understand that when we buy stocks, we're not just buying like a piece of paper or something. You literally a business owner now. I tell people all the time, like, I buy businesses, fam. I buy businesses. That's what we doing. So now when I walk around, I own Waste Management. When I walk around, I see them green trash trucks, or when I see them green dumpsters, I be like, look at all that money. Look at all that money. So that's what we need to look at before we even look at the stock price, because when we look at price, innately we gonna already come up with a that's too high. I'm waiting on a pullback. You don't even know when a pullback gonna come. I'm gonna wait till the next market crash. When that's gonna crash, fam? Tell me. Rub your bottle for me. Let me know so I can be ready. You know when it's gonna happen?
Right.
Well, all right, cool.
Right.
So I ain't even looking at the stock price. I want to dig into management first, man. I want to see how they feel. I want to see how much of the business do you own. I got a rule. I want the owner to own at least 30% of the business. I want him to have at least 30% of them shares, yo. I want him to be in there. I want you to show me you committed.
Wow.
Because if you committed, then I can rock with you. But if you got 10,000 shares of the business, you ain't committed.
Meaning you could walk away.
You can walk away. But if you own 200,000,
Right.
you own 1 million shares, or you committed.
Yeah.
Let's rock.
That makes perfect sense.
Let's
bro.
rock. You committed. You into it. I want to know how you got into the business. Did you? Are you a founder? I love to invest in a business where the founder's still running, like Facebook. That's his business.
Yeah.
You committed.
Yeah.
I like Tesla. Why? Elon, it's his business. Even though you ain't gonna understand everything he does, but the sheep don't always understand the moves of the shepherd.
Yeah.
But you committed.
Yeah.
So you gonna make moves, you gonna say stuff out of passion. While everybody else think you crazy, man, it's my business, man. I'm running this. You committed. Did you come from the bottom up? Like, if you're not the founder, how did you get that CEO job? Have you been with the company 10, 15 years? Did you start as the operations manager, move your way up to a COO? Did you move up the chain? Or if you did come from another business, what did you do at the other business?
Yeah.
I need to know all that. I need to know how the business performed before you, after you. What value did you bring to the business? All this got to happen before I even look at the stock price, fam. Before I even look at the fundamentals and the financials, I need to know that. I need to build the identity on the business.
Dang, that's deep, bro. That's heavy. And I want to, and we going to wrap up, but when I think of generational wealth, I truly think of you. You know why?
Man.
Because like you always talk about, you never really talk about what is your investment account is, but you always talk about how you're building up your daughter's account. How old's your daughter?
4.
4 years old. How much money does she have in the stock market at this point?
I want to say 52,000.
So she got 52,000 in the
I'm
stock
about to let you
market.
say it so people can know we ain't playing.
How do you play it in terms of when does she get it?
18, but every state is different. Every state is different. So you can look at it. It's my daughter right here. That's our account.
Sheesh. Golly.
That's our account, bro.
And how much would you say that you put in for her account?
I have contributed probably about 30,000, 30, 35,000, so up in that. And she's a little over 50,000 right now.
So you put in about 30, 35, and she's at 50. So like 15 to 20 grand.
Man, she killing it. Sometimes I look at her account and get like, damn, she killing me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why I do that. I'm gonna be real with you, because it's not about me.
Yeah, that's why I said the generational what, because
Yeah.
when she don't even know.
Nah, she don't even understand.
Like by the time she turns 18, her daddy set her up for life.
Yeah, and I do that for a reason. Even on my when I post it, I never post my account. I never even talk about my account because that's not important. People always be like, "Show me your account." Why? Why should I have to show you my account to prove to you what I'm doing? My information should be enough.
Yeah, look, my account proves that you know
You
what
feel
you're
me?
doing.
But what I will do is say, okay, here's my daughter. Right? Here's my daughter. So what I want to show you is it ain't never about me.
Yeah.
The wealth that we build should never be about us. That's one of the main problems that people have. Everything is about them. So because you want to live your best life, right? Because you want to show people what you have, you don't even have an idea of what wealth is. The only idea of wealth that you have is what entertainment and TV has shown you. So you buy into that narrative. So because we've bought into that, now we don't know how to separate from that. Or if we do, we now tell our kids, oh, you gotta have this. Man, I go to Walmart for my child, Target for my child. You know, I buy some stuff from Zara for my child.
Yeah.
We don't gotta have all that expensive stuff, yo. It don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the people that ain't got it. They got to show people that they got
I
it.
ain't tripping on that.
Yeah.
My daughter will put some light up shoes on and be like, I want
Lit.
them.
Right.
Like, all right. So for me, it's about, okay, let me build her wealth.
Yeah.
Right? Let me put, because there's the thing. If I put 10 of us in a room, how many of us can honestly say our people had the conversation with us about wealth, and we know for sure that when they pass on, they left us something?
That's real. By the time she's 18, where would your target be? I mean, that's 14 years.
I want her to be.
That's 14. Bro, you did that in 4 years.
2.
2 years.
Yeah, 2, because I started when she was 2.
So where would you like to see? I mean, where would you like to see your daughters, like when she graduate high school, 18th birthday? What would you like to present to her?
So
let her know what she has.
I don't want it to be a number amount, because that'll be putting a cap on it. Because I truly believe that what we speak comes out.
That's a fact.
So I don't want it to be that. But what I do want her to be at, when she graduate, I want her to know that she has the opportunity to literally do whatever she wants in this world. She can explore this world, right? She can fail at something, not fail, but she can get into something and then not go her way and don't feel devastated. See, this is what happens with us. A lot of times, even us as young, I just told you, at 14, I was paying rent.
Right. right.
So what happens to us is, how many times us, as, you know, we've seen people, parents tell them, oh, you got to get out of my house.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a baby? Oh, you got to come up out of my house. I want my daughter at 18 to know, man, I'm good. I want her to know she's privileged but not entitled.
Explain it.
So what happens is, entitlement is a different type of monster.
Yeah.
Right? When you feel like you're entitled to something, you feel like the world owes you.
Yeah.
Or you feel like this is for you no matter what. Privilege, understand that I've been blessed with a unique opportunity here.
Yeah. That I didn't have to work
That
for.
I didn't have to work for. And I need to, one of the things I always tell my daughter is, I say words to her. I'll say, what's grateful? She'll give me the definition of that. What's respect? What's integrity? Doing the right thing when nobody ain't looking. Right? So I want my daughter to understand that she's privileged but not entitled. Right? So when she makes 18, I want her to say, okay, I can explore this world. I ain't gotta go run and get a job. I ain't gotta worry about trying to get a second job to help my mama out. Nah, my daddy took care of that for me. He gave me the opportunity to be an 18-year-old instead of being 18 going on 35. We don't have, a lot of us don't have that. Right? A lot of times, you know, we can't always pursue our dream because, man, we gotta help mama out. We gotta help daddy out. I gotta be a father to my little sister because daddy wasn't there. Right? We got so many situations that we gotta do. So we very rare have the situation where, man, I could just be an 18-year-old.
Right.
But when we look at certain things, I was looking at this show, man. I just got into this show called All American. Right? And I saw that, like, these privileged kids, man, they were able to live life at like 16, 17, and 18. And I was like, yo, how? And the dude was from the hood. He was like, yo, y'all don't get it. Right? You're privileged, but you feel entitled. You feel me? You entitled. Because an 18-year-old from the hood not gonna bark up on the police. He gotta tell him, like, yo, like, don't say nothing, fam. Like, we know police protocol. Hands on steering wheel, no officer. Even if you don't say necessarily, no officer. Yes, he 18, like, man, what you doing? I ain't getting my hand on the car. You know who my mama is? That's entitlement.
Look, man, I want to. We gotta wrap up.
Sure, man.
We definitely gotta have a part 2 for
Whenever.
We in a few months, let's just have another one because yo, the game is endless. If you ever been on Wallstreet Trappers Live, or if you're in this course, or you just get a chance to meet Wallstreet Trapper, you will know what I'm talking about. It's endless, and he's so willing to give it away.
Right.
So I gotta ask this question, man. I like to make predictions on the show.
Okay.
I want to know where you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years, so that when we're watching this 5 to 10 years from today, I could say, yo, I got the video. Wallstreet Trapper said he was going to be doing that. And look Look,
Right.
he said it. We had it on tape.
Right. I never like to limit myself. What I would like to say is, within the next 5 years, man, I want to make wealth building through stocks the norm, and I won't be the face of that. I want it to be a household conversation. I want us to start having dinner as a family, and we talking about stocks. We talking about financial literacy. I want to be the face of that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make that norm. I want to make every hustler in every hood. If I can't tell you stop hustling, I do want to show you what you can do with your hustle money. I want to be the face of that. I want to be the face of change in a component to where we talking about stocks every day, all day, to where everybody walking up the street like, oh, yo, you own Walmart? Oh, me too.
Yeah.
That's the conversation, right? I want to force that change. I want to push that narrative. So for me, I want to be the face of that.
That's ill, bro.
I won't be the face of that.
And what's so dope is when you paint the picture, I could see it right now. I'm like, yo, follow me on Instagram. And that's the conversation. Did you see this on Shade Room?
Right.
But we might be at a networking event like, yo, did you see what
Apple just done? Microsoft. Exactly. That's what I want to be the face of. That's what I want. I want it to be the norm.
Yeah.
I want us to feel what ownership feels like.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know what it feels like to be consumers.
Yeah.
I want us to feel what it's like to, what ownership is.
Yeah.
And this the introduction. I'm not saying this the end all be all. I'm not saying that you just gonna buy stocks, that's it, but it's a great introduction. Because what happens is once you start buying stocks, because you start studying businesses, you start learning how to run a business. I've learned so much about my business from watching the best CEOs in the world, applying those strategies to my business. Learning how to negotiate because I've watched them negotiate deals. To negotiating deals. And so I say this all the time, and I don't know if people, I say if two people do a negotiation and if everybody felt like they got what they wanted without sacrificing, you were the sucker in the deal. You were the sucker in the deal. So if I come to you with a situation and I say, look, let's make a deal, and I feel like I ain't have to sacrifice nothing, Dave got me.
So how do you describe a good deal?
Somebody has to sacrifice. Both parties have to sacrifice. We can still get what we want, but not exactly what we want. It has to be, I have to make you say, because in any deal, you already got in your mind what you want to come out this deal with. It is what it is. Any deal. If you go to a real estate deal, if I just want a Dave, I'm already saying to myself, I'm going to buy this phone from Dave for $50. And I'm willing to give this up. So if I go to Dave and be like, yo, let me give you $50 for that phone, you're like, okay, cool. Boom. You the sucker.
I got it.
Because I came here with already know what I want to do.
Yeah, even if in my mind I was like, oh, $50, no problem.
Yeah. Where the counter at? Nah, Trav, like I'll get to you for $55, but you got to do this. Because at that point, now the true negotiation comes in. The true art of war, the true engagement comes in now. When my already planned, now it has to be altered. Mike Tyson said everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. When you counter me, you punch me in my mouth. What do I do now?
And that's what a good fight looks like.
That's what it is. So that's when that's when a business deal happens. So if I go into a business deal and I get exactly what I want, either I was the sucker or he was the sucker, but somebody was the sucker. Either he sold me some trash that I put a value on, or I finessed him. But if we gotta negotiate, if I gotta, I ain't prepared for this, now I gotta act on the fly, oh yeah, we doing business now. And that may not be right, it may not, but that's how I feel.
I love it.
You feel me?
I love this whole dialogue. Wall Street Trapper, man. Please tell the people. First off, I need y'all to get the course, okay? Like, if you're listening to this right now and you add some value, I don't co-sign people unless I know for a fact that they are what it is. I don't just co-sign nobody, right? Yo, and I'll interview somebody if they got a dope story. Yo, that's what's up. But when I say, listen, I will put my stamp on this right here. I believe in it. So get the course, and I mean, it's just a wealth of knowledge that's being connected to you, man. So please let the people know how to contact you.
Oh man, so Wall_Street_Trapper on Instagram. Wall _street_trapper on Instagram. And we Wallstreet Trapper on YouTube. Check out my Trapping Tuesdays. Every Tuesday at 7:30 Central Time, man, we just break down up-to-date stock market events. I answer a lot of questions live in there. Just to give, and it's me never selling nothing on there. I'm always in the form of giving value to people. I feel like when people can't get value, it's because they don't know enough. I feel like my clip is always loaded over here, yo. You feel me?
That's why we've been so long. This is the longest interview I've ever had in my life. And we could do another 5 hours.
That's facts.
Straight,
That's
easy.
facts.
So look, click the link below. Get in the course. We might have we'll have a promo code somewhere for you.
Yeah.
We'll have a promo
Yeah,
code.
we'll
We'll
do
set
that.
something up. Just take care of y'all out there. So make sure you follow my man Wallstreet Trapper. I need you to let him know, yo, I saw you in the interview, and if he changed your life, if he really resonated with you, I don't want you to just say, yo, that was good. I want you to DM him.
Yeah.
Yo, that really helped me.
Yeah.
Yo, that part of your story. Yo,
Yeah.
I can relate. Don't just love somebody from afar, man. Show
Right.
love in their face, and that's what keeps us going, man. That's all the comments to say. I know what keeps you going is, yo, my account went from this to this. Yo, I invested in this. Yo, I got my daughter account because you set your daughter up.
Yeah.
Like, that's the real currency. Forget what you pay.
Yeah.
Like, I'll drop a course or a product. Forget what you pay. The real payment is like when you come back and say, yo, that shirt got me so much
Price
love.
versus value. Price is what you get. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Price versus value, man.
Drop, just close this out. Whatever you feel like somebody listening right now could use. They might be in the streets in a tough situation where they have no idea how to get out. They feel like, yo, it's all good. I mean, I could put my money in somewhere, but I love the game. This is what I do. I don't know nothing about. I ain't never bought no course. I ain't never listened to nobody like that. So what would you say to that person that's listening right now?
I was that person before. I was that person that loved the streets before, and I didn't see my way out. But I will say this, man, and it's in my heart. I know it. Where you are now, your greatness is attached to it. It's just in another form. Think about it. Even in the Bible, right? David became from a fisher to a fisher of men. I look at myself the same way. When we look at Paul was one of the greatest persecutor of Christians, and now he got more stories in the Bible than anybody.
Yep.
I look at myself, I was a trapper, and now I'm the Wallstreet Trapper, right? So your greatness is attached to where you are right now. You just got to be able to see on the back side of this. Because where we are right now won't be forever. Your story is bigger than that. So you got to think bigger than that. Don't let the circumstances confine you, man. Be bigger than that, man. Believe in yourself. Build that relationship with the Most High, man. And believe that what he has for you, like nobody can't take that away. And I stand on that. Much knowledge as I spread, I'm as spiritual as well, man. That's why I always say we, us. Never say I, never say me, because my journey, and I want you to know this, your greatness has a profound effect on so many other people, and when you don't tap into that, you let so many other people down.
That's a fact.
And I'm going to end on that, man.
There it is. Follow Wallstreet Trapper, man. We out here.
For sure,
Peace,
man.
my brother.
Appreciate that, man.